I always tell you, I love doing what I'm doing. I love selling real estate, but I even love more the lifestyle of the places that go around the homes in which I sell in the communities. This is one. We're right out in the middle of Ambler. We're at Tresini. We're gonna meet Brad, one of the owners and partners. Let me tell you, the story behind this, the character that he is, and the people he trained under, you gotta come here. Wait till you hear what the name Tresini really means. I love this place, I love pasta, I love great wine, I love people, and I love the culture. We've got to go share this energy. Let's go. Meet Brad.
Yo,
man, what's going on,
good to have you back, my friend. Good to see you.
The man, the legend, Brad, of
Tresini,
which means what?
means loosely translated to three donkeys. Basically, the three owners making fun of ourselves for being three jackasses and opening a restaurant during the pandemic.
In the middle of the pandemic?
In the middle of the pandemic.
Hold on. And you didn't even live here when you decided to do this?
I'm a South Jersey guy, and I did most of my career in upstate New York City, a lot in Philadelphia under Mark Vetri. I was living out in Boulder, Colorado, and I got a phone call that there's a nice space I need to check out and that we could possibly do something. And 5 years later, here we are.
You took the old bones of a building of San Marco to make this unbelievable, I don't even want to know how many layers. You said like 6 or 7 layers?
6 or 7 inches.
Inches.
Stop counting layers.
To expose this beautiful stone, the patience, the love, and you ripped the stuff off yourself.
Blood, sweat, and tears go in everything we do here, still to this day.
Including the pasta, I know.
Pasta is a lot more labor of love. Much less blood and sweat, but definitely still the labor.
When we had an opportunity to have a pasta party here for my 60th birthday.
That was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Oh my God.
Good group. Really good group.
Look, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, I'm blessed. I'm like this one in the sandwich. I got my great kids. I got my great in-laws with me. And we had you were telling the whole story. You were telling about the Tresini. You were telling it. You trained under?
I trained under Mark Vetri for a big chunk of my career.
About 7 years?
About 7 years. And there was a couple openings we did in Vegas together even after that. And still he's one of those people that's a mentor. He's a father figure. I would not be able to stand here today if it wasn't for guys like Mark Vetri and Jeff Michaud and Jeff Benjamin. Even before that, I was working for Mario Batali up in New York. But the real chops that I made to become a chef and be able to be now a restaurant owner was under those guys in Philly, under the Vetri family. That's really where it came from.
And this is not an easy industry, especially when you say, let's take a walk. I want everybody to see this place. You have the soundproof, which is fantastic. You have your high tops that go on. I love the area where your team is meeting right now.
This is the grandma table. This is the round table with the velvet and the chandelier. It fits 8 people comfortably, and it's just one of those kind of like you feel you're sitting down at grandma's dining room table. And that's the way we wanted it to feel. If you remember from back when it was San Marco, this was a service station.
Yeah.
This was wine storage and espresso machine and a couple sinks and refrigerators. Me and another guy, just like this room, gutted that and ripped it all out.
I love that because when we come, we get a chance to sit there. And then you get a chance to see the cuts of the meat. And then you got the room that we had the private party in.
Yeah, so we have a few different cozy rooms. When you walk in, you kind of fill it into this stone room, and it's high top, and it's kind of an extension of the bar. It doubles as a dining room, obviously. You go into this side, and it's a little bit more sit down and quiet. And then you have the added addition of making it a private dining space in the back room, which is where we did the pasta class and
that's
quite often.
Because we talk about community. The big characteristic is trust and character. Mm-hmm. You surround yourself with good people are going to come.
We had every intention here to be a different new age, whatever you want to call it, classic Italian restaurant, but community driven. And we put every effort into doing that, and we still do now. And I was just talking to my partners about this morning. 95% of the guests that we get through these doors are not first-timers. They're returning guests. Mm-hmm. They are the community. They're a friend bringing another friend who's never been here. They want to celebrate a birthday, an anniversary, a special occasion. They want to host a baby shower, a bridal shower. They want to host a full wedding, which we do everything and everything in between. We are 100% community-based, and we've gotten to know so many new people that just live in the neighborhood and the extensions of those people. It has become like its own little kind of family. It really has.
And then when we go out and, on Selling 215 made in Philly, it's not just Philly, it's the suburbs, because everybody comes from somewhere. You're from South Jersey, and you go to Philly. Mm-hmm. You were just talking about cooking with the guys that were downtown, and then you come up here. But you guys all share things. You all shared ideas. You have grit, you have passion,
Yeah, well, like you said 2 minutes ago before we started filming, you gotta You got to have passion for it, or else you get burned up in a second. You got to be able to have pretty thick skin because it's long days and it's long weeks, and you got to remember you're missing family time, you're missing holidays. We're working when everyone else is playing, right? But we do what we do because we love it, and there's a level of pride and even gratitude for us to be able to do something that give a lot of people joy. That what keeps bringing us back and driving every day. Like we're doing a lot of stuff here that might be overlooked to the customer unless you dive in, but making homemade bread every day, making variations of homemade pasta every day, dry aging our own meats and charcuterie, making
and having the special sauces that you have to go with the pasta to make a match. I didn't realize you explained that to us when we were at
as many things as we can do in-house. We try to. There's certain things that aren't advantageous. We're not going to try to make our own mozzarella because the guy that's in Connecticut or North Jersey that we buy our mozzarella from, they've been making it for 100 years. Yeah. They do it better. Let's leave it to them.
Every time we've been in here, it's ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen, going back to that Ritz-Carlton credo, everybody's smiling from the second you get hit, from the greeter. I don't call them hostesses or whatever it is. I'll call them the hostesses with the mostesses. But they're the greeters because they make or break it. Just like we were talking about, Frankie's hand tore down the saloon. There's a mystique there. There's a mystique here. There's those things.
I think it takes a lot of million little things done consistently to develop that mystique or to develop that nostalgia. We have this kind of nostalgic vibe in a time period where everything wants to be new and fancy and shiny. We're like, let's go back to the roots of cooking and hospitality, of even decor. Mm-hmm. We have to lean into what we inherited, which is the first desegregated schoolhouse in Montgomery County. It was built in 1860. Yeah. So when you talk about the bones of a place, these walls, if they could speak the things that they've gone through, it's been a different variation of a restaurant since 1950. Wow. Since 1950.
I always like to ask this question because it always throws them for a loop.
What's your favorite pasta that you like to eat? If you were to sit down making Sunday dinner for you, what is you? What does Brad say? Forget everything else. I want this.
This point in my life, I enjoy whatever pasta I only have to make once. Meaning, I have a kid that's 5. I have a daughter that's 2. I have a wife who pretty much eats everything. If I can make one pasta and the whole family enjoy it, that's my favorite pasta. Because there's one pot to clean and everyone's eating noodles together. And my son and I like to do the game where it's, the lady in the tramp and we pull the spaghetti from either side and race to see who can get to the middle. Now my daughter's starting to do that. That's the best pasta. I can't tell you what it tastes like or looks like, but when the full family can sit down and eat pasta together, that day, that's my favorite pasta.
That's what it's about. It's like sitting at the dining room table. My son Corey's in the show with us a lot. Has a thing. He's like, just sit around and talk like it's Sunday.
That's it.
You never know when the last Sunday's going to know.
You don't know what the next week's going to bring.
You guys definitely live and function in the 3 funnels I was telling you earlier, which is change lives, make money, and have fun. So you got Tresini here. You have the pizza place.
Yeah. So we have Tresini here in Ambler, Montgomery County. Stone's throw 15 minutes away over in Warrington, which is Bucks County. Just this past fall, we opened up Gloria Sports and Spirits, which is much different style of place. 8,100 square feet, big family-friendly sports bar. But the intention with the food and drink is still the core of what we do here. It's Italian-American focused, big pizza program, but it's much more approachable, much more cost-friendly for everyday young kids running around in between sporting events. And it's a huge space and it's loud and fun and it's supposed to be that way. Then all the way at the furthest most point in New Jersey in Cape May, we took over from family friends, for lack of better words, a nostalgic, quintessential Jersey Shore steak shop, seafood place, raw bar. We kept the name. We've changed a lot of things.
And that name is?
Oyster Bay. Oyster Bay. And the chef that we have in place down there, he is like the unofficial mayor of Cape May. He's been there, I think, 15 or 16 years. Loves the place, treats it like its own, puts his spin on things. And we just have 3 very different concepts, and it allows us to be flexible in what we do and it's almost like when you go from one to the next, it's always new issues and new problems, but it's also a breath of fresh air. It's like you go to the new place, like I'm going down on Wednesday or Thursday for a couple of days, and it's like it's something new. You know, you come back to the home, which home is here for me. You go over to the new spot, like I'm working with the pizza guys, like it's all different and new, and like you said, having fun.
There you go. Hey, everybody, you got to come out, see Tresini. You got to come out, see Brad. Let them know you saw this. Let them know.
Let me know where it's coming from so I can give these guys big hugs.
Get some hugs. Love our friends, old friends, new friends. You're our friends. Come and see us. Come eat some pasta. Start a tradition. Come once a month. Come twice a month. I look forward to seeing you.
Ciao.
Thanks, babe.